We're here to confirm officially, formally, that it gives us great pleasure to confirm that Ronald Koeman will bring the Everton first team to play a game here in this stadium in Tanzania on July the 13th. It is a real pleasure to be able to do that, and a pleasure to do it in partnership with our good friends at SportPesa, who are helping us make this happen. So we are delighted to be here. It's a real honor for us to come and bring our first team to this part of the world, be the first club to do that. We hope it's the start of a great relationship where we introduce Everton to the people of Tanzania and the people of East Africa. Everton is a club that was formed almost 140 years ago. Next year is our 140th anniversary. We've played at our stadium, Goodison Park, for 125 years, so we have a very rich history. And as Mr. Abbas has explained, we have played more games in the top flight of English football than any other team. We have played 4,000 games in England's top division, 400 more than any other team. We were formed by a local Methodist minister who wanted to bring his community closer together. He wanted to get them active, and he wanted to give them pride in where they were from. And in many ways, Everton of today tries to do many of those same things. We are a club that is very committed to its community, and we're a club that's very committed to developing young talent. And those two key skills are the skills that we'd like to introduce to Tanzania and to East Africa in partnership with SportPesa. We've seen this morning lots of young, aspiring young footballers who are working incredibly hard to follow their dream. And Everton has a proud history of facilitating that and making that happen. We also have a proud history of helping our community and helping the community tackle some of the toughest and most challenging social issues they face. And again, in partnership with SportPesa, that's something we'd like to do. Finally, I guess just throughout our history, we've been very proud to be a pioneering football club. We were the first football club to build its own stadium. We were the first football club to go on an international tour. We were the first football club to wear numbers on our shirts and to introduce undersoil heating. And now we're the first club, I believe, and something that makes us very proud to come to East Africa. So we're very much looking forward to coming out here. And we hope it's the start of a great friendship between Tanzania, East Africa, and Everton Football Club. Thank you. I think in respect of the development of the football club over the last 10, 15 years, I think Everton has continued to make progress. And yeah, we were a Champions League contender, as you said then. We continue to challenge at the top end of the Premier League. The Premier League is getting tougher and tougher all the time, but it doesn't in any way temper the club's ambition to be the best football club it can be and to push right at the very top of the Premier League. Over a sustained period, I think we've averaged 7th in that competition, and that's credit to the way in which the club operates, the managers, the players, the chairman, and everybody who is involved in the football club. So to sustain a position of 7th is something we're proud of, but it's something that we're not satisfied with. We have to push on, we have to move forward. The club is phenomenally ambitious. What we've always said over a long period of time is that we can perform better than our rivals and push higher up the table, but what we were missing was a big new stadium, which many of our rivals had, and substantial investment. And they were the two real game changers for Everton Football Club. About 12 months ago, we managed to find that new investor, and he's already made a significant impact on the club, and he's also backing up the ambition with that investment. We're also hopeful that we will find a solution to the stadium challenge, and we're moving forward with a lot of positivity and ambition on a new stadium. So I think that we can look forward to a very, very bright future. And I think entering into a 5-year partnership with SportPesa, I believe firmly they're coming on board with Everton at a really exciting stage in our history. So I think we're looking forward to a very bright future. I think one thing that Everton does, coming on to your second question, exceptionally well is Everton is very much aware of what it's all about and what it stands for. We have worked incredibly hard at a position which underlines what I said before, known as the People's Club. So we are incredibly engaged with our community. And we do great work listening to, working with our fans and helping them with all their day-to-day issues. So over the last 10, 15 years, we've made great strides forward in growing our fan base and building the loyalty of our fan base. And if any football club has any single challenge beyond developing footballers, then the challenge should be to grow its fan base and build the loyalty of its fan base. And our investment in community has seen a big increase in loyalty. Only yesterday, the fruits of that have meant that we announced yesterday that we have sold out of all our season tickets for the 17-18 season. So we have reached our limit on season tickets. It means the stadium is going to be full every week. And that's one of the byproducts, if you like, of that investment in community over a sustained period of time. It's also, of course, a big part of the fans believing that the club is at the start of a very exciting phase in its development. So the combination of that means the club is in real good shape. What we'd like to do is be able to show and help clubs in Tanzania and this part of the world how they can be more sustainable, how they can take those long-term steps forward. There isn't a magic wand. There is nothing that we're going to do overnight that's going to change things. As I said before, clubs need to be patient. Young players need to be patient. But if you're prepared to do that and work hard, then, you know, you also, I'm sure, can have a very bright future. Well, I'm sure the impact will be significant. I already can feel the passion for Premier League football, and I'm sure that passion will translate into a passion for Everton Football Club. I'm pretty confident. I'm told the stadium will be full, so it'll be a great environment for the players to play in. I guess more than anything, really, however, it's an introduction to Everton Football Club. And an opportunity to show what Everton is all about to the people of Tanzania and the people of East Africa. And as every Evertonian knows, we're known as the People's Club. We make a big commitment to our fans. We make big commitments to our community. And we want to be able to show the world that that's what Everton's all about. So to have that opportunity to move into an area that we currently don't really have too much of a presence and to show people what we are all about, I think is a fantastic opportunity.
What are your first impressions of Tanzania being, and the enthusiasm, the passion for football here?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think the first thing we should say is the hospitality has been fantastic. You know, from the moment we landed, we've been extremely well looked after. Everybody has a smile on their face. Nothing is too much trouble, and we are made to feel very, very welcome. So I'm sure when Ronald and the first team arrive, they'll also sense that great, warm hospitality. Clearly, there is a real passion for football. Leon and I have just watched some really impressive young footballers who are all, as I said, aspiring to be professional footballers, and you can see there that the commitment, the dedication is reaping rewards. You know, the talent is there, and if we can help in a small way to bring that talent on and make it even better, then that will be tremendous.
Leon, you met the youngsters out on the pitch today. You yourself came through the academy to play over 400 times for Everton. How much do you hope that your story can help inspire the children that you met today?
Well, that would be, excuse me, that would be fantastic. I said at the end that who knows, one day one of those could be lining up for their country in a World Cup match, and you know, for us to come out here and not only introduce Everton out here, but you know, to help footballers transpire and become their ambitions to play in their national team, it brings it closer to home, and that would be fantastic if one or two of them faces out there represented their country in years to come.
And Robert, that will be a key part of this partnership with SportPesa to get out into the communities in East Africa, help on a community level, and also help with the development of football, particularly at a grassroots level. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And they're two things that I think Everton has demonstrated a really positive, strong track record in doing. You know, we have one of the most highly respected youth development academies in England in world football, and have produced some phenomenal players, not least the gentleman sitting on my left. So we have a proud track record. Probably above anything else that we are most well known for is our work in the community, and we have absolutely the best community outreach program, I would say, in European world sport almost. You know, it's incredible the work that we do. So to have the opportunity to export that expertise into an area where it's needed, an area that's receptive to learning and developing is going to be fantastic. You know, what we need to do now is work very closely with SportPesa over the next few months to develop some plans and put in place ways in which we're going to do both those things, whether it be helping on youth development, helping on community. We have to get get those plans in place. And I would say, you know, my overarching method is that, you know, Tanzania and SportPesa in East Africa has to show some patience, because this is not going to happen overnight. The development of young players is a very involved, very complex, very time-consuming project, and I would urge people to be patient. We need, great facilities, we need great coaches, we need great methodologies, and Everton is here ready to share our expertise in all those areas. We will come out and demonstrate what we can do, but also we'll be delighted to host coaches and football officials into Everton and to our training ground at Finch Farm. And that sharing of expertise and sharing of knowledge is something we'd be very committed to do.